Good morning, people. Well, afternoon, actually. 2/11/10/22/2017. I know yesterday I said I was incommunicado, but on the way to the store this morning, I realized, hey, it's Sunday. There was not going to be mail today, so I'm not going to get my phone today. It should be here tomorrow. Well, not phone, my new battery. I know, I do that all the time. I either get days ahead or days behind. Blame it on old age if you want to, whatever. I'm back on here because I always get these little thoughts. I'll be doing something totally unrelated, like driving to the store or watching ID or fixing a grilled cheese sandwich or something. But this morning, that crazy thing there, I don't know how to discombobulate that. I wish I could. This morning, I'm back about my heart patient on meds and an inhaler who took his daughter to therapy and left her home unsupervised, unattended, that she reported after 2,100 supposed rapes with a flaccid penis, and the same afternoon after the report, returned to the same house she realized that he usually was at. And even before she would get that far to the house, from where the bus stop was, just down on the corner, she could look right there. If the van's in the driveway, he's there. But came trapezoing back in, and I'm still, after all these years, 20 plus years, I'm still like, what? Huh? Why? Because you see, this ruined my life. Not just my life, but our life. Okay? And I saw this quote yesterday, and I think I clipped it, that someone was likening the need to deprogram people, because I ran across a whole big list of articles from like the 60s, 70s, 80s, of deprogramming these kids who would get in these religious cults. I know one of them was called The Way International, and I'll probably leave a link to the list of articles. There is a clickable list of links, okay? So it's really easy. I like how it's set up, and I get in there with my little snippet tool and clip the sections I want, and hopefully think to give credit to the article by giving the link with the clip, and that's what I'll do. But see, we're still, after all this time, they still, I guess maybe they think I'm dumb, so they feel like if we explain it to her, she's just not going to understand. Wait, let me back up. I just remembered. The clip it that was likened was that the mother said it's like giving a kid or a child a cyanide-laced sucker. You've got to take it away from them, even though you know they want it. So it's the same with this cult crap. Okay, I know some of you don't even like that level of roughness in talk, but CRAP, okay? I'm toning it down. And I've been a clean talker for quite a long time, but every once in a while, when I feel like there's no other way to emphasize, I do get a sailor mouth, okay? No offense to sailors either. But here we go again. My heart patient on medicine, there were several, because remember, he was diagnosed at 2 hospitals, Bothwell in Sedalia and the VA, and he was hospitalized at both places with those heart problems and on his inhaler, which he got at the VA, who took her to therapy, okay, instead of being, what was the word I used this morning? Instead of being guardful of his so-called victim, he wasn't. He was, here you go, Mom and Dad-in-law, take her to your cabin. Here, Mom and Dad-in-law, take her to the lake. Here, Mom and Dad-in-law, take her to church. Here, therapist, you have her for the session. Veronica and I will go sit out in the van and I'll read my newspaper. And here you go, Mom at the commune. Have her 1 weekend a month as court ordered. Every other 3-day holiday weekend. And 6 weeks in summer. Well, see, that brings us right back to her, it being in her power. The power laid in her hands to be able to stop that court action of the divorce decree modification from going through, so that her address became permanent at our house with her dad being her primary caregiver. All she would have had to do was during that 6 weeks, she got to her house, and then there was a brief period of time that she was there as a test sort of period, and then to return there for all that to be discussed with not only her mom but everybody else, because they kind of lived, I guess, like they were all one or something. You know, I'm not for certain, don't quote me on that, but that's what I kind of gathered. So while she was up there, after that first little bit we called the test period, why isn't she saying, Mom, I really don't want to go back? I mean, it's nice and stuff. They've got indoor plumbing and everything, you know. They eat well. It's not like they're eating only meat during a famine. They don't take our food when we do something wrong, if we break a rule, if we envy someone's pillow. They give us ice cream at night, so we go to bed with a full tummy, you know. That used to be a well-known punishment, you know. You send a kid to bed with no supper. That was so they would remember, you know. Don't do that thing that makes you not have any supper. So we were always giving him the ice cream, and we chucked it full of bananas, too, to make it even more nutritious. And all kinds of food, and the pizza we ordered on the Friday nights. And I mean, the last thing I wanted to do was starve these people who had come from such a place where any little old thing they did wrong would be enough to constitute removal or denial of their rations, okay? I didn't want to play that game. Because if you remember, in the second abusive daycare that I attended as a child, excuse me, every day for us it was beans and potatoes, navy beans and potatoes, on those reused aluminum TV dinner trays, you know, the banquet dinner trays, with the 2 small compartments at the top corners and the one bigger one where they put the meat in the gravy at the bottom. Yeah, and they didn't even bother to get actual plates unless an inspector was coming. So I guess they had been cited for the use of those aluminum trays before, because I remember one time, and I was little, the workers being instructed to bring every single, like, what they call them. My mom had a set up for camping. She kept in her picnic basket. Melanite, or it was kind of a spotty, it wasn't granite, of course, it was a form of plastic of some type, and they had the little cups, and I can't think of what it was called, but basically they were shatterproof. So if its kids got wild in the dining area, we, not going to break a bunch of plates or something. So she had them bring every single one they could round up. And that may have been why it started, that part of us got put in, the one worker's named Donna, in her bedroom on the ground floor behind those big double thick doors, sliding doors she had, was because they didn't have enough plates to feed us all at one session. When the inspectors were going to be there. And then part of the time send us upstairs. But this is still the thing here, and I'm going to say it one more time. Okay? This heart patient on meds and an inhaler who took her to therapy, left her home unsupervised, that she reported only after 2,100 supposed rapes with a flaccid penis, returned to the same house she knew he usually was at, and could see before she got to the house from the corner if the van was in the driveway or not. Okay? That is the focus of my disdain right now. So, it is rainy here. I hope this uploads fast. Thanks for watching.